In the last class, we were talking about optimization. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I will be discussing what is the meaning of encoding. So we can, whenever we want to solve any optimization problem. So an optimization problem is a problem where we want to maximize or minimize the value of certain objective function. So for example, if we want to maximize this function, and this is, let us suppose, x square upon 1 plus x square, then we have to check the search space. So like from where we want to identify this optimal value. So let us suppose the value of x is in between 1 to 4. Then we can use algorithm. So I told you before that you cannot apply deterministic algorithm in this case, because if you increase the number of solutions, what will happen? The total number of evaluations will be very high in that case, and you will not be able to write a deterministic algorithm. So that's why we will write a randomized algorithm to solve this problem. Randomized. So what we do in randomized algorithm, that is the second issue. But before that, I want to explain this encoding technique. So what we do with the ALPOP algorithm, you can see the algorithm will process any input values which we pass and will produce output. So in writing randomized algorithm for solving optimization problem, we can use two kind of encoding. One is called as binary encoding and second one is called as real parameter encoding. So that encoding is dependent on how we are representing our input solutions. So if we are representing our solution as a binary number, then the encoding is called as binary encoding. So what we have to do when we want to represent our solution as a binary number, we have to divide this search space into 2 to the power n number of solutions if we want to use binary encoding. What will happen when you divide this search space into 2 to the power n number of solutions? If you can divide, then every solution can be represented as n bit binary number. So let us suppose if we are dividing our search space into 16 number of solutions, then first number can be represented as 40, second as 430 followed by 1, and finally last solution can be represented as all 1. So in binary encoding, we divide our search space into 2 to the power n number of solutions. That is the first step, because this is not a deterministic algorithm. So we have, and because our search space is continuous, So we need to define like how many solutions we want to take within this search space. So that is identified on, that is dependent on the binary encoding or the type of encoding which we are using for solving the problem. So if we are taking 16 number of solutions, then each solution can be represented as binary number, and we can write a unique value for these numbers. For example, we can represent these number as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until it goes to 16. Or if we start with 0, because if we are representing our solution by binary number, then we have to start with the 0, it goes up to 50. So first solution will be 0 and the decimal value of last solution will be 50. But these are the decimal values actually. But if we want to solve the problem using if we want to solve this optimization problem, what we have to do, first we have to check what is the actual value of these numbers. Then if we know the actual number, then we can decide the value of function fx for each solution. Then on the basis of the function values, we can decide which solution is producing maximum value. So that is the ultimate goal. What we do with the help of binary encoding. Binary encoding means if in a particular randomized algorithm, if we are supplying our number as a binary number, then it is called as binary encoding. And what we do in real parameter encoding, in real parameter encoding, we represent our solution directly in the given search space. Parameter encoding. For example, you can see the value of x is in between 1 to 4. So if we use real parameter encoding, then any real value can be generated in the given domain. So we can randomly generate like 1.25, 1.2, 4.3.8. So we can use a randomizer and directly generate these real values. So the algorithms where the solution is represented in real number are called as real parameter encoding based algorithm. So the algorithm where we pass real values of the solution is called as real parameter algorithm. So if you have any question regarding this, just tell me. Then I will tell you about other things. Any question? किसी को भी कोई question हो? Ayush Agrawal, do you have any question?
No, sir. Currently, it's clear.
Okay. Mohit?
No, sir.
Is it clear to you? Any problem?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, it's fine. So before writing any randomized algorithm, what we need to do, we need to identify like what kind of encoding we will be using for representing our solutions. So mostly two types of encoding are used. One is called as binary encoding, where we have to supply our solution as a binary number. And second is real parameter encoding, in which we have to supply solutions as a real values number. There are some other coding as well, like gray encoding. So here you have to represent your solution as a gray value. You all know about gray value. So, but ultimate goal is, if you are using another kind of encoding in place of real parameter encoding, if you are using some other kind of coding, then you have to convert that encoding to real values or actual values. So that conversion will be the extra burden. Anyway, we will see what may be the advantage of binary encoding and real parameter encoding, and why we are going for so many encoding techniques, why we should represent our solution as a binary number. So these are the separate issues. Now the thing is, first I will tell you, I think we have already discussed how can we convert a binary number in binary solution into actual one, isn't it? I don't remember whether I have discussed these things in this class or not. So anybody who have who was there in Jojo?
Yes, sir.
Is he there? So what I'm asking, if your solution is in binary number, have I discussed that thing? Like how can you convert a binary solution into
Yes,
the
sir.
actual?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I will tell you one more thing that we have discussed for only one variable, right? For
Yes, sir.
example, if my function is sin x, and if my x value is in between uh, 0 to 3, so we can use that formula like x lower plus x higher minus x lower. In that case, actually, you can see only one variable is there. It is a one variable function. Sometimes you have to optimize multivariable function. So for example, if this is x1 comma x2, it is a two variable function, and the function is x1 square plus x2 square. And let us suppose we want to maximize this one. Now the question is, can we apply binary coding for this function? And the answer is yes. You can still apply the binary encoding for this function. How? That is the question. So in that case, when you have multiple variable function, what do you need to do? You have to think over the solution of the problem. So its solution will also contains a pair of x1 and x2 values. So what you need to do, you don't need to think about x1 and x2. However, you must know the bounds of x1 and x2. So let us suppose if the bound of x1 is, it is in between 0 to 3, and the bound of x2 is, it is in between 0 to 4. No, 1 to 4. So how I can use binary encoding? So I will not focus on individual values of x1 and x2. In place of that, I will think of solution, because each solution will be a combination of x1 and x2. So what I will do, I will think in how many numbers I need to divide this whole search space, where the values will be in between 0 to 3 and 1 to 4. So let us suppose if I am taking 2 to the power 10 number of solutions. So means how many bits will be required to represent one solution? It will be 10 bit, because your solution contains the value of x1 and x2. So you will decide, like, out of these 10 bits, how many bits will be used for representing x1 values, and how many bits will be used for representing x2 values. So let us suppose if I am taking 4 bit for x representing x1 and 6 bit for representing x2, then we can apply the same formula and we can identify the value of x1 and x2. Let us take some example and see whether you have, like, whether you can convert it or not. Let us take this example 10 10 10 0 0 1 0. Now let us suppose, but what will happen when you are working with a multivariable function? It is you who will decide, like, which values will be representing your x1 and which values will be used for x2. So you can use upper 4 values for representing x1 and lower 6 values for representing x2. So if you are using this representation, then your representation must be same for all the solutions. If you can also take x2 values first, then you can take x1 values. So it depends on the programmer. It depends on the programmer what kind of values you want to choose, like which portion will be representing. So let us suppose here we are using the upper 4 bits for representing x1 and the lower 6 bits for representing x2. So can you please tell me what will be the value of the solution? Just try it. And you please try it, and if you have any confusion, you can discuss to me. I'm just waiting. Whatever value you will give to me, then I will tell you like how can you do the real parameter encoding, and I will tell you like some functions which can be used for generating the solutions. If you remember all these things, then it is okay. So how to use these values? So 1010 will be used for x1, and 100010 will be used for x2. So you can see the value of x1 is in between 0 to 3. So it will be 0 plus 3 divided by 15 into 10. So x1 value will be 2. And what will be the value of x2? It will be 0. No, not 0. It will be 1 plus 3 divided by 2 to the power 6 minus 1. It will be 63. And this is what? 10000 is 8. And then 117. Then it is 34. So it will give you 34 divided by 21. And then you can check whatever the value is coming. It is 1 plus 34 divided by 21. Plus 34 divided by 21. And this will give you the exact value. Am I right? Yes. So S will be represented as the combination of x1 and x2. And x1 will be 2. And x2 will be whatever value you get. So 2 point something. Tell me if you have any confusion on this one. Kusagra Singh, Kusagra, do you have any problem? They have, I think, a lot of problems because it seems they are not there. Kusagra? Mrityunjay Tripathi? Good.
Sir, 3 by 64 होगा ना, because 2 की power आपके पास 2 की power 6 points होंगे between 0 and 3.
नहीं कितना 3 by 64 ही तो 64 क्यों होगा? 64 minus 1 होगा ना?
सर आपके पास 6 है ना, 6 binary digits. तो
हाँ, तो 2 की power 6 हो गया.
हाँ,
2 की power 6 minus 1 होगा ना?
-1 क्यों होगा?
अरे मैंने बताया था ना, फॉर्मूला क्या था? x actual is equal to x lower plus x higher minus x lower यही था, डिवाइडेड बाई 2 to the power L minus 1, ये फॉर्मूला था, समझे? इनटू कौन सी वैल्यू थी, डेसिमल वैल्यू ऑफ बाइनरी नंबर। फॉर्मूला ये था जो मैंने बताया था पिछली बार। और अगर तुम ये पूछना चाह रहे हो कि 2 की पावर L minus 1 क्यों होगा, है ना?
हाँ सर।
इज दैट द करेक्ट क्वेश्चन?
यस सर।
तो पहला वाला तो हमें पता ही है ना, वो जो ऐड करना है लोअर बाउंड वाला। 2 की पावर L नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूशंस होंगे ना।
हाँ सर।
पहला वाला पता होगा तो डिवाइड करके लिखेंगे उसे। एनीवे जो नंबर निकल के आया है वो अभी तो फिलहाल ये याद रखना है, दिस विल बी 64 minus 1, है ना? तो 3/63 into 34 होगा। इसमें कोई दिक्कत है तो बताओ। फॉर्मूला मैंने बता दिया, दैट यू हैव टू यूज द सेम फॉर्मूला। अंशुल, मीना, एंड अर्पित सिंह। मोहित, तुम्हारा क्लियर हो गया है ये? आई थिंक यू वर आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन, राइट?
No, it's not me, it's Chitranshu.
चित्रांशु पूछ रहा था। अच्छा ठीक है, चित्रांशु तुम्हें क्लियर हो गया? हेलो, ठीक है। तो ये मेथड है, मतलब अगर मुझे ये नाउ इफ आई एम आस्किंग वन मोर क्वेश्चन एंड यू नीड टू आंसर इट, दोज हु आर प्रेजेंट ओवर हियर, आई डोंट नो वेदर those who are on the mobile, I can't say that you can do it. Let us suppose if my solution is, if in a multivariable problem this is x1 x2 x3 and the problem is same here, in place of 2 variables there are 3 variables. So if this is x1 square, x2 square plus x3 square, right? And the bounds are, let us suppose these bounds, जो मैंने ऊपर दो लिए हैं वो तो है ही है, x1 0 से 3, x2 1 से 4 और x3 आपका है, and your x3 lies in between 2 to 6, x3 2 to 6 है। and if my solution, one of my solution is 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, and if I am using 4 bits for representing x1, 3 bits for representing x2, then how my solution will be represented? That is my question. अच्छा, अब पता नहीं, ये थोड़ा बोल्ड कर देता हूं तो ज्यादा दिखाई देगा। हाँ गया। ये वाला क्वेश्चन करके बताओ जरा कैसे होगा। क्वेश्चन दिख रहा हो तो हाँ बोलो, ये वाला जो क्वेश्चन है वट एवर। सो वी वांट टू, हाँ
आपकी टीम्स की एप्लीकेशन दिख रही है
क्या?
सर, क्वेश्चन नहीं दिख रहा था हमें।
अच्छा, वो मैंने तब इधर कर रखा था, नाउ आई एम मूविंग ऑन दैट वन। इज इट विजिबल? अब दिख रहा है?
हाँ सर।
इसे मैक्सिमाइज करना है। इसको तुम ऐसा करो, इसकी x1 x2 इस सॉल्यूशन की वैल्यू निकालो, x1 x2 x3 की, और फिटनेस वैल्यू निकालो क्या आएगी। फिटनेस वैल्यू मतलब फंक्शन की वैल्यू क्या आएगी, जरा निकाल के बताओ मुझे। ये x1 की वैल्यू 4 बिट से रिप्रेजेंट करी है, x2 की वैल्यू 3 बिट से रिप्रेजेंट करी है, बाकी x3 का पता नहीं है मुझे। सॉल्यूशन ये है एंड आई वांट टू चेक द वैल्यू। बताओ जरा। आई एम स्टिल ऑन। So here it is a multivariable function. So each solution will be represented by the combination of three values x1, x2, and x3. And you can match the answer. I'm not calculating it, although you need to calculate it. So I'm saying that you have first 4 bits will be representing x1, whereas 3 bits will be using x2. So you can see how many bits are there in total in this solution. So 3, 3, 6, 6, 12. So out of those, 7 bits are used for representing x1 and x2. So definitely 5 bits will be used for x3. And then you can apply the similar process. So simple calculations are there. So 4 is पहले वाले का है 9 और 0 से 3 के बीच में था 3, 9, 15. 3, 9, 15. मेरे ख्याल से 1.8 आना चाहिए पहले का। x1
Yes, sir.
1.8 होगी ना? ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि x1 will be 1001. So you can see the lower and upper bounds of the x1 and you can calculate it. बाकी है 001 दूसरे के लिए, और तीसरा होगा 10011. 1.8 will be for first one and second के लिए हो जाएगा 1 + 3, हो जाएगा 1 + 3 divided by 7 into 1. तो 10/7 आएगा, ये हो जाएगा 1.34. ये मेरे ख्याल से 1.4 आना चाहिए, और ये I got disconnected due to some low connectivity. Anyway, any problem with the solution? अच्छा ये खत्म हो गया हो तो एक हाँ बोल दे. अंशुल सिंह, आर यू देयर? अच्छा चित्रांशु तुम बताओ.
Solving, sir. I'm solving.
हाँ सर.
समझ आ रहा है ना?
हाँ सर.
Okay, so we can move further, and I will tell you now. I will tell you how can you write programs related to this. So let us see. So this is about binary coding, and what we do in real parameter coding, we use some random numbers in between the search space. Then real parameter encoding. So let's suppose if my search space is in between 1 to 4, जैसे ये है, जैसा इस केस में है. So in binary encoding, we were dividing. Okay, let me make it more readable. This one. So in binary encoding, we were dividing our search space into 2 to the power n number of solutions. In real parameter encoding, we will not be doing anything. The only thing is we will use a randomizer and we will generate whatever number we want to generate. So let us suppose if you want to divide this search space into 10 to the power 10 number of solutions. So here you don't need to divide the search space into 2 to the power n number of solutions. So how can you do that? You can use in various programming language, there is a function which can generate random values in the given interval. So we need to see, because everything is like a program, so we need to see how can we write down how can we generate random numbers in a given search space. So I can tell you about the MATLAB program. MATLAB means it is matrix manipulation method. So here we can directly work with the matrix values. So that's why it is called as MATLAB. Mat means matrix, lab means lab. So if you want to perform some operations related to matrix, you can directly write programs in MATLAB. The programming is very easy. There are two separate things. You can write program in MATLAB also, or you can use direct tools. So I'm not using the direct tool. When you write program, it will be like C program. So those who knows about C language, they can easily write programs. So we need to learn some programming over here. So I'm discussing point by point, like how can we write programs. I will tell you some function. Just wait a minute. I'm connecting you. मैं Sorry, I was on a call. So we can write programs for creating algorithms in different programming language. So here I am talking about MATLAB program. So MATLAB program, because we have to write randomized algorithm, so we have to generate random solutions. Okay, and as I told you that we can work with two kind of encoding. Either we can work with a binary encoding, or we can work with the real parameter encoding. So we are not talking about binary encoding right now. I am talking about like how will you generate solutions when you are using real parameter encoding. Real parameter encoding means you know the search space. So let us suppose this is the search space. So you need to remember this, and you want to generate some solutions with some random number of solutions within this search space. So this is a single variable function you can see. So in MATLAB, there is a function which is called as rand. But the problem with this function is when you use rand function, it will immediately generate one value, which will be in between 0 to 1. But it will generate value between 0 to 1, not in your given range or customized domain. So you can see if I use rand one time, it will generate 0.5. If I want to generate value between 0 to 1, the method will be very easy. I can simply write x is equal to rand, and the value 0.5 will be generated. But if I want to generate the value in the customized domain, I need to modify it. So let us see. I will tell you some modifications. So let us suppose if my search value is in between 0 to 3. So how can I do that? Do this. I can write x is equal to, let us suppose x is the solution which I want to generate. Then 3 into rand. So that will generate a value between 0 to 3 because I'm just multiplying it by 3 times. Now my question is, if I want to generate the value between 1 to 4, what function you will be using? Can you update this one? मतलब 1 से 4 के बीच में जनरेट करनी है तो कैसे करेंगे?
सर 1 ऐड कर देंगे इसमें.
बहुत सही. तो 1 ऐड कर देंगे. That means we will be adding 1. So the value will be now in between 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So this is how we write programs. Now the question is, because this language is matrix, this language can do matrix manipulation. तो हम जो काम कर रहे हैं, whatever work we are doing currently, it can be done in C also very easily. I don't know what function we will be using over there. You will tell me about that. I will give you in the assignment. But the thing is, now I am telling you how the MATLAB is useful in writing complex programs in very simple words. So now the question is, let us suppose I want to generate 10 random solutions. Right? So how can I do that in single statement? So I can write x is equal to 3 into, let us suppose it is in between 3 to 1 to 4. So I can extend this function, rand function, and I can use two things over here. One means I will write here row, how many rows you want to generate, and how many columns you want to use. So if I'm writing how many rows, so let us suppose if I am creating one row for one solution, and let us suppose because I am generating 10 number of values directly. So what I need to do, I need to write here 3 into rand. How many number of rows? 10. And how many variable in one row? So that is 1. So this value, actually these values will be in between 0 to 3, not in between 1 to 4. Are you getting my point? जो मैं बता रहा हूँ वो समझ में आ रहा है? इसमें कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है? नशिद है कि नहीं है? है तो है. अच्छा चलो अनुज तुम हो, बताओ. ये भी का है. निखिल
समझ नहीं आया.
क्या नहीं समझ में आया बताओ. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि ये मैट्रिक्स प्रोग्रामिंग है ना. मैट्रिक्स प्रोग्रामिंग, अगर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि 10 वैल्यूज को इकट्ठा जनरेट करना है, राइट? So how we write values in a matrix? So it should be written in the form of this one, right? तो पहला वैल्यू ऐसे लिखे 1 2 3 है ना, ऐसे वैल्यू 1 2 3 होती है ना मैट्रिक्स में, ठीक है? इसका मतलब क्या है? This is a vector in which only one row is there, right? And how many variables are there? बोलो. एक रो है ना ये, एक रो मतलब ये. And how many column values are there? 1 2 3 3 column values are there, right? 1 2 3.
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है.
हाँ, स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही?
यस सर.
नहीं दिख रही है?
नहीं सर.
स्क्रीन कास्ट नहीं
दिख रही है
होता.
सर.
अभी तो यार रुक जाओ. अब दिख रही है? अच्छा.
आप सर.
यस सर.
अरे अब दिख रही है. ऐसे मैंने ये लिखा 1 2 3. What is this? Is it a single value? No. It is one row in which 3 columns are there. 3 column values are there. ठीक है? This is like vector notation. ये वेक्टर है, ठीक है? अब मैं ऐसे करता हूँ, इसमें लिखता हूँ 1 2 3 और बड़ा सा मैट्रिक्स बनाता हूँ, और दूसरा सॉल्यूशन में लिखता हूँ 2 4 6. ऐसे मैं सीधा ही लिख देता हूँ 2 4 6. तो मैं ऐसे सॉल्यूशन जनरेट कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? और ये लिख रहा हूँ 3 5 9. कितनी रो हो गई? रो दिख रही है कितनी है? कितने सॉल्यूशन है? हाउ मेनी सॉल्यूशंस आर देयर? 3 सॉल्यूशन लिखे मैंने, 1 2 3 2 4 6 एंड 3 5 9, राइट? तो ये 3 rows and how many columns are there? In each row 3 columns are there, right? नहीं समझ में आ रहा?
अरे सर.
कोई बोलो.
आ रहा है सर.
अरे सीधी सी बात है कि अगर तुम्हें ये क्या है, ये एक सॉल्यूशन है ना? अगर ये मल्टी वेरिएबल सॉल्यूशन है, इट मींस if you are writing column, it means these are the variables, different variables. So you need to define how many solutions you want to generate. तो अगर मैंने बोला 10 सॉल्यूशन बनाने हैं और हर सॉल्यूशन में कितने वेरिएबल है, तो 3 वेरिएबल है, तो 3 कॉलम बनेंगे, 10 रो बनेगी. तो you can directly generate those random values as rand. कितने सॉल्यूशन बनाने हैं? 10. और कितनी वैल्यूज बनानी है, मतलब कितने कॉलम लेने हैं? 10,3. तो जब rand 10,3 लिखोगे तो इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली जनरेट अ मैट्रिक्स ऑफ 10 क्रॉस 3, ठीक है? वेयर ईच वैल्यू विल बी इन बिटवीन 0 to 1. अब बताओ, जो दिक्कत है वो बताओ। आत्मिन, पंकज, कोई यही नहीं है? सब लोग मोबाइल पे रख के गायब हो जाते हैं, मुझे लग रहा है। या प्लेसमेंट चल रहा है? सबका हो गया प्लेसमेंट?
सर प्लेसमेंट चालू नहीं हुई है अभी।
है चालू नहीं हुआ? अच्छा, हो जाएगा चालू। जो मैंने बताया वो, इसमें कोई दिक्कत है तो बताओ। देखो कुछ तो पता नहीं, जो लोग देख रहे हैं वो तो एटलीस्ट बता ही दें। दोज हु आर नॉट वाचिंग, हैं?
क्लियर है
ऐसा
अभी
नहीं,
तो।
अभी क्लियर है। अब मैं मान लो एक प्रॉब्लम में ये बोल रहा हूँ, what I will be doing actually, first of all I need to generate solution, है ना? तो मैंने बोला अपर बाउंड और लोअर बाउंड, लेट अस सपोज L लोअर बाउंड है और U अपर बाउंड है, उसके बीच में मुझे 10 सॉल्यूशन जनरेट करने हैं। कैसे करूं? एक कॉमन स्टेटमेंट लिख के। देखो मैंने ये और क्लियर कर देता हूं। अगर मैं ऐसे लिखूंगा रेंड 3,2, इसका मतलब होगा वी वांट टू जनरेट 3 सॉल्यूशंस, 3 रोज, ठीक है? और 3 रोज के साथ, और हर रो के अंदर देयर विल बी 2 वैल्यूज। तो इसका मतलब हाउ मेनी वेरिएबल्स विल बी देयर इन वन सॉल्यूशन? 2 वेरिएबल। So now, but the problem is when you apply this function rand 3,2, it will generate all values between 0 to 1. तो इसमें कितनी वैल्यू होंगी? 3 तो रो होंगी इस तरह से, और इसको ऐसे लिखा जाएगा, लेट अस सपोज मैंने ये जनरेट करी तो ऐसे आ जाएगा 0.5, 0.3, एक रो हो गई, 0.4, 0.8 दो रो हो गई, 0.2 और 0.9 ये 3 रो हो गई। एक बार में तीनों वैल्यू जनरेट हो जाएंगी, मतलब तीनों रो जनरेट हो जाएंगी, एंड दोज वैल्यूज विल बी इन बिटवीन 0 to 1। लेकिन अब मुझे क्या करना है? व्हाट आई नीड टू डू, आई नीड टू कस्टमाइज दीज वैल्यूज इन बिटवीन अपर टू लोअर बाउंड, एंड आई वांट टू जनरेट 10 वैल्यूज हैविंग 5 नंबर ऑफ वेरिएबल्स। कैसे करूं मैं? तो मैं क्या लिखूं इसे? जैसे मैंने रेंट 3,2 लिखा था तो ये 3 वैल्यू जनरेट हो गई। अब मुझे क्या लिखना चाहिए कि ये वैल्यू जो भी जनरेट हो वो लोअर और अपर बाउंड के बीच में आए, और 5 वेरिएबल हो और 10 सॉल्यूशन हो। सोच के बताओ जरा।
रैंड 10,5 लिख के वो हर एक को शिफ्ट कर सकते।
वेरी गुड। रेंट 10,5 तो ये तो बिल्कुल सही बताया है, ठीक है, लेकिन इसके आगे क्या?
सर वो फॉर्मूला लगा के शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं, मतलब 10 रोज आ जाएंगी, पहली रो पहला वो सोल्यूशन, सेकंड रो सेकंड सोल्यूशन, थर्ड रो थर्ड सोल्यूशन, और 5 वैल्यूज होंगी 0 से 1 के बीच, तो हर एक वैल्यू को हम इंडिविजुअली शिफ्ट कर देंगे उस वेरिएबल के अकॉर्डिंग।
इंडिविजुअली कुछ नहीं करना है। इंडिविजुअली हमें कुछ नहीं करना है। तुम मुझे एक ऐसा तरीका बताओ। ये तो हो गया, जो तुमने बताया बहुत सही है। कि मैंने इसको लिख दिया रेंड, ठीक है, और मैंने 10,5 बता दिया, तो सारी वैल्यूज जो जनरेट हो गई वो 0 से 0.1 के बीच में हो गई। बट माई डिजायर इज आई नीड टू जनरेट इट एंड इट इन बिटवीन L to U। वो कैसे
सर
होगी?
हर एक का L to U के बीच ही है, या L to U डिफरेंट हो सकते हैं हर एक वेरिएबल के लिए?
क्या कह रहे हो?
सर हर एक वेरिएबल L to U के बीच है, या हर एक वेरिएबल का L और U वो डिफरेंट हो सकता है?
नहीं नहीं, सेम L और U के बीच में, सेम वैल्यू के बीच में।
सर कोई फंक्शन होता होगा जिससे मतलब सेम चीज हर एक पे
नहीं
अप्लाई
नहीं
हो?
नहीं नहीं, कोई
सर
कोई
U
फंक्शन
माइनस L से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे।
कैसे u माइनस
L से
गुड u माइनस एल। देखो ये मैट्रिक्स में मल्टीप्लाई करना बहुत आसान होता है अगर आप कांस्टेंट वैल्यू से कर रहे हो तो u is a constant value and l is also constant value, u minus l से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया, that is good but this is not correct.
सर
और
फिर
plus L
ऐड
add
कर
कर
देंगे L।
प्लस एल कर देंगे, ये दिस विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर, क्योंकि मिनिमम वैल्यू आपको एल रखनी है ना और मैक्सिमम वैल्यू आपको यू ले जानी है, तो अब जो वैल्यू जनरेट होगी वो सारी की सारी वैल्यूज होंगी दैट विल बी इन बिटवीन एल टू यू. सो दैट इज हाउ वी कैन राइट सिंपल इंस्ट्रक्शंस इन मैटलैब. ये बहुत सिंपल है. अच्छा ये एक और चीज बताऊं, इन मैटलैब इफ यू वांट टू मल्टीप्लाई टू मैट्रिक्स, जैसे ये मैट्रिक्स ही बन गया रैंक 10,5, इट इज अ मैट्रिक्स, it will generate a matrix value. So if you want to multiply two matrix element by element, right? So let us suppose if we have two matrix L and M जिनकी डायमेंशन कुछ भी है ना, सेम है, जैसे 3,3 है. पहले तो चेक करना पड़ेगा हमें देखने के लिए कि दोनों को अगर हमें मैट्रिक्स बाय मतलब एलिमेंट बाय एलिमेंट इफ यू वांट टू मल्टीप्लाई, then we have to write L dot. Remember, if you want to multiply two matrix element by element, then you need to write L dot star. You need to write dot star whenever you want to do element related operation. So L star M का मतलब हो जाएगा you are multiplying each element of L, मतलब L का जो जिस same position वाला, क्या कह रहे हो आयुष? Are you interested in asking any question?
No, sir, that was not my voice.
चलो ठीक है. हाँ, so what I am saying, if you want to multiply two matrix element by element, तो पहला एलिमेंट L का और M का पहला एलिमेंट ये दोनों अगर इंडिविजुअली मल्टीप्लाई करने हैं, then you need to write L dot star M. तो एक एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं छोटा सा. L सपोज लो 2, 3 और 4, 5 है और M आपका जो है वो है 1, 2, 3, 4. तो एलिमेंट बाई एलिमेंट मल्टीप्लिकेशन का मतलब ये है कि 1 will be multiplied with 2, 2 will be multiplied by 3, 3 will be multiplied with 4 and 4 will be multiplied with 5. So new matrix that will be created will be 2, 6 और नीचे क्या आएगा 12 और नहीं 12 क्या है 12 और 20, 12 and 20. So this matrix will be generated. So if you want to multiply element by element, मतलब सेम पोजीशन के एलिमेंट को अगर आपको मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो then you need to write this one. But if you want to multiply two matrix directly, you don't need to multiply element by element. तो आपको ये लिखना पड़ेगा L star है. इसका मतलब ये है कि आपको मैट्रिक्स मल्टीप्लाई करने हैं. तो जो मैट्रिक्स मल्टीप्लिकेशन होता है that can be performed by writing this statement, and the element by element multiplication will be done by this one. So we will talk about other things in the next class. So I'm just downloading the attendance, just wait. तो ये आप थोड़ा सा पढ़ के आओ, इसको देखो, then we will talk about. ठीक है, thank you very much.
Bye guys.